In the last video, we talked about how after the death of Huangdi Shennong, his tribe was inherited by his descendants, but then it started to go downhill. At the same time, a new tribe began to rise, that is, the tribe of the Yellow Emperor. The Chinese are called the children of the Yellow Emperor, and the Yellow Emperor refers to both the Yan Emperor and the Yellow Emperor. Their patrilineal clans originated from the same lineage, with the Yellow Emperor being born about 200 years after the Yan Emperor Shennong. As one of the founding fathers of the Chinese nation, the birth of the Yellow Emperor was full of miracles and challenges. According to historical records, Huangdi's mother still failed to conceive in her old age. She knelt down and prayed to the sky. Suddenly there was a thunder in the sky and she became pregnant. Huangdi's mother was pregnant for 24 months before she gave birth to Huangdi. According to Sima Qian's records of the Grand Historian, the Yellow Emperor was born divine, weak and able to speak, a toddler who showed favoritism, and a man who became wise. This means that Huangdi could speak at about 2 years old, knew the rules at 7 years old, and possessed the wisdom of an adult at 12 years old. As a result, Huangdi became the leader of his tribe at the age of 23. Legend has it that when Huangdi first became the leader of the alliance, he was surrounded by very few capable men and women. So, he went around visiting various tribes in search of wise men and women. Eventually, he found 4 outstanding people: Chang Xian, Zhang Jie, Feng Ho and Li Mu. Chang Xian was the first to invent the drum. For thousands of years, the drum was indispensable on the battlefield where 2 armies faced each other and on the stage where art was performed. His invention lifted people's spirits and inspired fighting spirit, making the drum an indispensable tool on the battlefield and in daily life. Zhang Jie was said to have 2 pupils and 4 eyes and was born wise. He liked to observe the stars and animal tracks, and eventually created China's earliest hieroglyphic writing, and was honored as Zhangjie, the ancestor of letters. He was honored as Wenzu Zhangjie, which ended the ancient primitive society era, when human beings took a major step forward from heaping stones to write down things, and knotting ropes to write down things, to hieroglyphic writing. There is also an amazing story about the 3rd Wind Queen and the 4th Force Shepherd. According to legend, one day, the Yellow Emperor had a dream that the wind blew the dirt on the ground cleanly, and then dreamed that a man used a crossbow with the force of 1,000 pounds to drive away herds of cows and sheep. Upon awakening from the dream, the Yellow Emperor realized that wind symbolized command and queen symbolized the ruler. So he ordered his men to look for the Queen of Winds, and finally found him at the corner of the sea. The Queen of the Wind is well versed in Fuxi Bagua, knows Yin and Yang, and is a descendant of Fuxi. He was appointed by the Yellow Emperor as the Prime Minister, and became a famous militarist and inventor. The crossbow with 1,000 pounds is a symbol of a powerful man. Driving cattle and sheep by 10 million heads means that he is able to herd people for good. This means that there is someone with the name of Li Mu who can assist in ruling the world. So the Yellow Emperor immediately ordered another search, and finally found the 4th Li Mu at the edge of a big swamp. Li Mu was the leader of the animal husbandry clan, and was so powerful and good at archery that he was made a general by the Yellow Emperor. With the help of these 4 people, the Yellow Emperor's tribe developed very quickly, but soon the first disaster came. The master of this continent was Shennong's tribe. But Shennong's descendants of the tribal inheritance of the problem, they are within their own family from generation to generation down the line, who is the leader of the Shennong tribe, the equivalent of the master of this continent, so that there are other tribal leaders against it, which is the 9 Levi tribe. The 9 Levi tribe is very strong. This 9 Li tribe is very powerful. Their leader is called Qiyu. This Qiyu on behalf of not a person, but a small tribe under the rule of the 9 Li tribe. It is said that this 9 Li tribe inhabited by copper mines. They are China's earliest to learn smelting of metal weapons tribes. It is said that the Qiyu tribal people are wearing armor on their heads, had long bull horns. So powerful tribes began to the continents. The master of the Shennong tribe launched an attack. The Shennong tribe is losing ground. The territory is gradually occupied. Which can do it? They went to seize Huangdi's tribe. Huangdi, this person is especially able to hold back. He took the tribe to leave, to give their territory to the Shingon tribe. The next Huangdi with his people began a nomadic life. Once, the Yellow Emperor discovered the principle of the wheel by the river. Sanjie and Limu improved this invention and eventually created chariots capable of loading goods and carrying people, which greatly improved the tribe's fighting strength. The Yellow Emperor's tribe developed even more rapidly with the chariot. However, on the other side, the Shinong tribe and the Zhuolu tribe had been at war. When the Shinong tribe heard that the Yellow Emperor's side of the tribe had a chariot, they came over to confess their faults with the Yellow Emperor and claimed that they were willing to submit to the Yellow Emperor's tribe on the condition that the Emperor's tribe wiped out the Zhuolu tribe. The Yellow Emperor then agreed, and soon after, the Yellow Emperor tribe started a great war with the Zhuolu tribe, which was the famous first war between human beings in Chinese history, referred to as the Battle of Zhuolu. The Yellow Emperor's tribe utilized war drums and compass car to achieve victory. Qiyu was killed and the Zhuolu tribe submitted to the Yellow Emperor. The Yellow Emperor multiplied the victory and unanimously developed towards the development, merged the Dongyi tribe and held a sealing ceremony at Mount Tai. From then on, the Yellow Emperor tribe became the master of the world. According to the records of the Grand Historian, at that time, the territorial scope of the Yellow Emperor, equivalent to today's southern region of China's Shaanxi province, as well as the region of Hunan province, Shandong, the southern part of Hebei, can occupy such a large territory is very impressive. Immediately after, the Yellow Emperor began to plan the roads, the establishment of China's earliest cities, so that the people come to trade every day at noon, when the trade is to exchange things. This time the country's embryonic form has taken shape, which facilitated the course of economic and social development. The people's living standards gradually improved. This time the difference between the low and the high and the low was born. The Yellow Emperor felt that the same clothes with the people is not very appropriate, so the Yellow Emperor's wife Rayan Zhu studied the silk. From then on it is the rich wear silk, the poor wear hemp clothes. Another major contribution of the Yellow Emperor's tribe was his subordinate, Sanjie, who invented writing, that is, oracle bone writing. Of course, this is not the same as what we see. What we see now is the oracle bone writing of the Yin and Shang dynasties. Sanjie invented the primary oracle bone writing, and does not have the 6 construction regulations of the Chinese characters. The Yellow Emperor, with the help of his ministers and his wife, managed the society at that time in a well-organized manner, and created the glorious foundation of the Chinese race for 5,000 years. The reason why we call ourselves the children of the Yellow Emperor and trace our nation back to the Huaxia nation, the roots of which should be traced back to this era. This history not only shows the wisdom and courage of the Yellow Emperor, but also lays the foundation of Chinese civilization. Through these legends and records, we are able to trace the origins of the Chinese nation and feel the wisdom and struggle of our ancestors.